Hi, welcome to Karen K Reviews. Today I'm giving my thoughts on Foundation Season 2, Episode 2, A Glimpse of Darkness. In this episode, Gail has a dark vision of the future. Queen Sareth visits Trantor and bonds with Day. The vault on Terminus begins to open but leaves a horrifying message. So here are my thoughts. One of my questions from the last episode was quickly answered. After confronting Gail, Harry immediately confirms that he and the other Harry are not connected, but he was conscious the entire time that he was in the Prime Radiant, and it became a prison for him. And like I said before, Gail locking him up threw off the plans because of her actions. The second foundation was never started. Gail embracing Salvor when she came back from getting the ship repaired, to me, shows that she is definitely open to building and forming a relationship with Salvor. She didn't want to lose her. And on a side note, Gail and Salvor's hairstyles look great in this episode. I like the banter and chemistry between the two characters that we meet on Simona. This is a secondary story, but I noticed that for a while we didn't know the characters' names, which seems to be purposely done. All the viewers knew that as they are followers of Seldon and from the Foundation to basically spread the Church of the Galactic Spirit and to bring others into the rebellion. But as they continue to talk, the cleric talks about how he saw Seldon come out of the vault, so someone Salvor knew is still alive. From here, I started piecing together who he could be and guessed that he was one of the children that Salvor used to look after. Based on his speech and some of his comedy, I was able to guess a little before it was revealed that the character was Polly. Their styling in red for the followers that are evangelizing for Seldon could possibly symbolize their passion for knowledge and truth. I also liked how the red contrasted with the desert. The necklaces that they were wearing look a lot like a combination of the Vault and the Prime Radiance. And my question about Polly, though, now is how is he still alive? Was he placed in cryo? I also like that we get some insight into who reigned before the Cleons because I honestly feel like that could be a spinoff of its own. It's interesting also to think that Demerzel probably knew the previous dynasty as well. In Demerzel and Daya's conversation in front of the mural, the fact that either or both Dawn or Dusk may have attempted to assassinate Day but already deleted the memory of it could still cause conflict later on. Also, Day, at the suggestion of Demerzel, will be asking a man named Bel Rios to engage the Foundation. He is a man who is praised by the people because he saved them, but by disobeying an order from Empire. If he refuses, Day has ordered her to kill him. If Bel Rios dies, however, I feel like this is just going to fuel more of a rebellion against Empire because now he'll have another martyr on his hands. In the same conversation, Day kisses Demerzel on the forehead and then walks away from her after mentioning how much he wants his marriage to Queen Sareth to work, showing that he does always leave her, just like she said in season 1. She also looks wistfully at the image of the previous dynasty as if she missed them or if they possibly would not approve of everything happening now. I feel like Demerzel has more power now because in the first season she didn't seem to have much input, but now she gives more ideas today. Previously, it seemed like she just reminded them of things that had happened in the past to help them make decisions or just followed out their plans. Another jarring contrast to the previous season is that the Cleons have a movement coach to help them move at the same time, which was done effortlessly in the first season. When I saw the coach at the table, I was like, who is this? Because of the way it was filmed, she just popped out of nowhere, which of course was done on purpose to draw the viewer's attention to the contrast. Queen Sareth was asking a lot of tough questions. If she is to be queen, it makes sense, but I'm just surprised at Dade just taking it. Maybe he does understand that having a queen who never questions him would be a detriment. I like this character, but I also fear something could happen to her if she gets on any of the three's bad sides. They actually revealed a lot to her, except for the fact that Demerzel is a robot and has existed for thousands of years. I also wonder, though, if Queen Sareth and Day have heirs, does Dusk keep living or does he have to expire like the other times when Dusk got older and they had a new heir? Does he have to die when a new heir is born? The Mule seems to be the one who will destroy the reign of Empire, but he also brings the darkness that Harry predicted. How did he become so powerful? Also, when the vault opened, did that Harry kill the warden? Honestly, that warden was so smug and arrogant, he was basically asking for something bad to happen because why would you try to go into the vault? Maybe Harry was trying to show that their arrogance could be what becomes their downfall. But it is also possible that Milo used his powers to do this since he is stronger than Gail and Salvor, and since he knew that Gail was looking at him from the past, did this possibly make him decide to use the vault to do this? Speaking of Gail's vision, since they can still possibly change the trajectory of society, does that mean that the vision she saw of Salvor could possibly not come to fruition? Also, a recurring theme within Foundation is the intertwining of science and religion. In this episode, Gail remembers how the prophets will begin to drown to see visions, so she uses the same technique to see what is in the future for society so that they can correct their current state and get back on track with the math. Seldon has become like a god to many. They are literally evangelizing his name. He's a scientist, and they're evangelizing people in his name. It's interesting how once so much time passes, we don't see people as just people. We make them into this huge, larger than life, perfect legend, which is what has happened with Seldon's legacy and Salvor's as well. Overall, this was a solid follow-up episode to the season premiere. The writers are still building the storyline, but now we are starting to see how the pieces could come together. What are your opinions on this episode? Comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.